Hi, welcome back. In the last part, we saw how to process emails and classify the emails into order requests or product inquiry. So in this one, we are going to process the order requests, get the product ID, craft an email using an AI. This is the agenda for today. We have a products catalog, customer emails. The product catalog has product ID, name, and all these fields. And the customer email has the email ID, a subject, and a message. So what we will be doing is extract order details from customer emails, validate the requested quantity against our available inventory, calculate order price, create a detailed order summary, generate a personalized email response based on the order status, and then save both order summary and email response result in a JSON file. So these are the tools and technologies that we will be using. Together AI, we will use free LLM, and we will use LangChain, Pandas as well. Yeah, so coming to the data, these are all the emails that we have in the email CSV. Some of the emails don't have subject. This is just to reproduce a production environment, the emails that we may get in a production environment. These are the products that we have. Products have product ID, name, category, and description, available stock, seasons. So now let's go over the code for this task. Here we start with loading the environment. We are getting a Together API. Let me know if you need any help in setting the Together API account. And then we get API key. We are loading the API key, then set up AI model here. We are using Meta Llama 4. It's a fine-tuned version that's hosted on Together AI. Then we load using Chat Together from LangChain Together, and then we test it out here. So then we go on to set up the Pydantic models. These were already set up in the previous part. If you haven't checked it out, let's go quickly over these. These are the email categories that we have. It's an enum. We can have a product inquiry or order request, and then we have the order status. It can be created, out of stock, or unknown product. This is the one that we'll be using today. And then we have the email data. We are trying to get email ID, subject, and message. And then we have product data with all the product fields. We add some field validators. For example, the stocks, they cannot be less than 0. Name and category, we are stripping anything not required, all the spaces and special characters from these. We have the email classification model. This is the result that will be used in LangChain. With structured output, we will get a category, email ID back from the LLM. Then we have order response, email ID and response. This will be the email that is generated by the LLM, and then the inquiry response. This will be used in the next part. These are some AI configurations like model name, mix, token classification, temperature, etc. And then we have extracted product. This is the result of the LLM that we will get, a name and quantity extracted from the email, whatever the customer is asking for, the product name and the number of items that he is requesting. Then we have order result, the class that we will use to create an order result. We will store the email ID that's this is relating to, and the name of the product, then category and product ID, quantity that was requested, and the total amount, and then season and status, whether it's created, out of stock, or unknown. And this is for just for product extraction. All right, so coming to the data, as we saw, we have a products catalog here and the emails. We load them in this part. Here we are creating data frame from the CSV file, and then we are validating the emails and converting it to a data frame. Validating emails means we are checking if there is a subject or not, and if not, we are handling that accordingly. You can handle this as per your needs. For now, none is appropriate here. And then we create the email object and append it to our list. Similarly, we are validating the products here. We are adding to a list of validated products array, and then using the read data frame function to load the products as well as the emails. Here we display the number of rows in each CSV file. We use the validation functions to validate the email and then the product, and display some statistics here. This is an example of the first 3 emails here, and then we have the products listing here. We create a copy of the data. This is the actual interesting part of this whole tutorial. So we create a class, it's called order processor. So this order processor will take an LLM, the emails and product list data that we have, try to process the order list according to whatever was requested in the email using LangChain and Together AI LLM. So we are creating storing the list of products in the class, and here we are creating LLM with structured output. And remember, we had this model right here that says products and a structured response for product extraction that we get and a confidence score. So we are asking the LLM to provide us with a product in this shape. If it is failing to create using the with structured output format, we are asking it to use the pydantic output parser, checking which one is actually available using this. If we have the use structure output, then we are going to do this. If not, then use the pydantic output parser. So both are doing exactly the same thing, and that is asking the LLM to extract product orders from customer emails. Here is a sample that we are providing to it. This is an input variable that we will provide later. Then there are these rules we are asking the LLM to follow. It says extract product name and quantity. Product name means product ID and product name. So using this, it will create a product name that includes the product ID as well as the product name, and then match product catalog items. Be flexible with naming. If quantity not specified, assume 1. You can obviously modify this prompt according to your requirements and needs. And then we are setting up the extraction chain. Here we provide the prompt and chain it with the structured LLM. And if we are not using the structured LLM, then we are setting up pydantic output parser. Here we provide the prompt, create this parcel using instructions using this sequence, and then we are chaining everything, the extraction prompt, the LLM. Notice that here we are not using the structured LLM with structured output, but rather the LLM itself. And then we are adding the self.parser here. This is the function that's within our class that says extract products from email. Here we extract whatever email content that we get, give it to the LLM along with the product sample that we get. So the product sample is a list of products from our products list. Like we are taking only the first 3 products here, and then invoke chain using these inputs, and then return the whatever product was identified from that email. So then we go on to match the product in our catalog or in our inventory. For example, whatever name the LLM has suggested, we are using case folding here to convert it into a more comparable format. And here we are going over list of all the products and finding if the product is in our catalog. If yes, then return the product. So this has all the product details like the price, quantity, stock available details, everything. And if this direct matching fails, then we are going to use keyword matching, splitting the name into multiple keywords and going over each keyword in our product list. And the next function is the process order. So here we are going to process a single email. So we provide the email subject and create the email content, and we provide it to extract products from email. So the function that we just described over here. And from this, we get the extracted product, whatever the LLM has identified that the user is asking for this certain product in this email. So once that is done, we go into, remember the user can ask for multiple products in his email. So here we are taking an array, and for each product in the requested products, we are going to find the matching item in our inventory and get all the details of the matching product. And if it's none, that means we are unable to find the product in our inventory, and then create this result using these details, the email ID, the product ID obviously is none, so we are going to say not available, and similarly categories and season, and the total amount is going to be 0, and we add a order status of unknown product. We append it to the order results and create an order summary. So this order summary is nothing but item.name and the quantity requested and some detailed product not found. This was the case if we are unable to find the product in our inventory. But if we are able to find the product and we have the item in our stock, then we are going to create this order result. We are going to add the product ID from whatever we were able to find in our inventory, and name, category, season, and price as well. And then here calculate the total amount by multiplying the item, the requested quantity by the price of the product, and then create this order with the status of order created. Once that is done, we then append it to our order results and create a summary similarly as above, but this time we are saying order created, and this is the customer email. If we do not have, if we found the product in our inventory and we are out of stock, then we create this order result out of stock, and we add the summary that we are out of stock for that requested product. Then we add all these order result, order summary, and then generate a response email using the order summary that we had created above. So once we have the response email and then the order results, so order results is this array, and email response that we get, we are going to return it. So this process order function is the actual brain which is doing all the stuff. Then here is the generate email response. Here we are asking the LLM to just act professionally. It is a professional customer service representative, and generate a response email based on the order results. These are the order results that we provided. We are going to return the response that we get from the LLM. So here we are creating an instance of our class. We provided the LLM and the products validated that we got from our CSV. And then here's an example of finding the matching product. For example, we say SND and provide this order which can be found in our inventory. So right here it's a sundress shine in floral dress. So it's returning a product data, in instance of product data here. So this is the object that we get when we try to find a matching product in our inventory. Then moving on, we have emails. This is just for checking if you are getting the emails, whatever emails we are getting, and this is the email ID, and this is the email message that we are getting. And then we are reading the email ID and products categorization JSON. So this file is actually a file that is like source truth or ground truth that we already have. This actually includes the email IDs and the categories of the products that are discussed in this email. Actually, this one was required for the previous part, so I don't think we need it here. I'm gonna just remove it, and then get the email IDs of order request emails. Remember, we are handling the order request emails here, so we get all the order request emails from list of our emails, and these are the ones like total number of order request emails are 28, and just take the order email IDs. Here we're going to just test on one of the email IDs. We take the second email ID here. We are just getting the email object using this email ID here, using the pprint. We are going to print it and use the order processor.process order to actually provide this email object and ask the LLM to do its stuff. So this is the email object, it says processing, and then we have this email content that we got, and then the final response is this is the matching product that we get from our LLM. It identified that in this email the customer is actually talking about this sundress product. So if we go to our emails and let's find out the email ID is EE04, and clearly see he is talking about, or she is talking about this SND sundress for her daughter, and category is kids, clothing, quantity 1, this is the total amount. So this confirms that it's working, and then we move on to process all the emails. So here we are just taking the first 10 to verify that this is working. We can extend it to whatever number of emails that we have here. Due to I don't have much AI credits, so we're just going to use the first 10 to minimize our cost. And similarly, we get the email object, pass it to process order, and then whatever results we get, we are going to add it to this all order results array that we have set up above. And then for the responses as well, we create the response object here. So the response object is the email ID and the response email that we get from the LLM. Then convert it to order status into a data frame here that is then being used to create a data frame using these list of dictionaries for all the orders results that we have. Then similarly for the response data, we create a data frame here. This is the part where it's actually doing the work and we are seeing some output. This is the first one, second one, third one, and so on. So once this is done, we are going to display some of the results here. So these are the email IDs, product IDs, and some statuses of the order requests. And then these are some of the email responses that our system has generated. And finally, moving on to saving the results. So we created the data frames of the order response, order statuses above. So we are going to take those and then store into this folder. We are making sure we have this folder using this. We are going to add it to our JSON file. We are saying just take the records and indent by 4. So going to the order status, as we can see here, we have the email ID, the product ID, quantity, and the status. You can take it and put it into any pipeline within your business or show it on any dashboard or create any analytics. This is the order responses that our LLM generated. So what kind of email this has generated? Says thank you for reaching out to us regarding your interest in the tote 2345 travel tote. We are excited to help you prepare for your upcoming trip. So this is, I think, the first email that we get. So the email said, good afternoon, I'm heading on a weekend trip next month and the travel tote looks perfect. Could you reserve one for me and let me know the shipping to Seattle? And in response to this, our system has generated this email. We have processed your order for one travel tote and we are happy to inform you blah blah. Here it has provided a beautiful summary of the whole order. So this is how we are going to process our CSV, our products, emails provided to LLM and use Pydantic with LangChain to actually get some usable results. So in the next part, we are going to see product inquiry handling with RAG and LangChain with structured output. In that, we are going to do entity extraction, which requires stock details. We get from the email some RAG, check our available stock, and then write a response to the inquiry emails as well.